in Game 4, but they've put that one in the rear view and are approaching this game with a clear-headed determination. And tonight, a pivotal point in this postseason matchup. Kenny, some people feel a series doesn't start until the first elimination game.
Well, I agree with that. And this is when you have to really dig deep. You fight for every loose ball, contest every shot, or you might just be gone fishing.
Ernie, you don't get enough credit for this slogan. But when I was in high school watching you, you're the first guy I heard say win or go home. And the scenario was really felt by the fans. This is going to be a night to remember.
Ernie, did you make that up?
I'll take zero credit for it. But
Ernie made it up.
I appreciate your
memory.
You
were the first to say it.
Thank you.
Because
so he made it up.
It wasn't network policy,
no.
and you were the first to say it.
Policy schmolicy. I heard it from Ernie Johnson.
I agree.
Ernie
when
Johnson.
You were watching TV.
Yes.
Well, if you
not my idea, I just was the messenger.
No, I can't confirm that.
And tonight's messenger is Kevin Harlan.
You made it up.
2K Sports welcomes you to the presentation of the NBA.
Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals. Dallas have been patient, they have endured, and they have prevailed. With a 3-1 series lead, their sights locked on one goal, one epic culmination of an entire NBA season. The Larry O'Brien Trophy could be theirs with just one more win against the home team. The quest for the best in the West continues. Coming up next.
It's the Western Conference Finals here on 2K Sports, and it's Game 5 action with the series at 3-1. Along with Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Here with us, basketball expert and former late-night comedy writer. People don't know this, Bill Simmons.
Yeah, as soon as I left, Kimmel's show took off, so I think I was the reason.
You built the foundation for it, let's be honest.
I was there for the early years.
You said it was a very influential time in your life, a very good thing for you to do.
Oh, it was fantastic. I learned a lot. I learned how to not get my jokes on the air, and I learned a lot about humility.
It's Dallas and the home team. Right now trailing 3-1. It's a must-win as they look to scratch their way back into the series.
Desperate with their backs against the wall. The last 4 games haven't gone to plan, but they still have a chance. A win here at home seems doable, and that would give them some life in this series.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Get out there with Miracle Man. Then there's Insanity. Then it's T. And it's Rain Man in at the shooting guard. There's the pass to Santana. Another 3 for Dallas.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Pass to Big Cat. First quarter, just over a minute played. The baseline J off the mark. Dallas has come out of the gates quickly. 4-point game. They are pumped right now after a big win on Sunday.
And how about the effort that they put forth in that game, playing just lockdown deep?
Well, you know what they say, defense wins championships, and they made a huge effort to shut them down.
Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Pass to Tolliver. With the fadeaway. You can't get that one. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Bill, we know about the love affair you have with the NBA, and you've written about it for so long. Started with the $4 ticket in Boston with your dad.
Yeah, my dad bought season tickets for the 1973-74 Boston Celtics, and it was only one ticket. And I think it was $4 a game, probably like $160 total. And he used to carry me, and mainly because they didn't want to pay for a babysitter. So I started going to games that year, probably sleeping through a lot of them, and they won the title.
How old were you in 72?
So I was 4.
4 years old.
I'm not going to lie, I don't remember anything from that season. The first season I remember is the year later when they lost before the finals to Washington. And then the year later, they won the famous finals against Phoenix, the triple overtime game. I was there.
Was Collins on that team?
Collins, Havlicek, JoJo White.
Yep.
And I was at the triple overtime game in the 76 finals. Was probably the most famous NBA game ever. Of the, the kids out there now would nominate like Game 7, 2016 or something. But triple overtime game was the most famous game ever. And I slept through the entire second half and the first overtime. But then woke up because everybody was standing the whole second overtime, so I had to get up.
Bill, we've seen the NBA take steps to amend the draft lottery. Any further changes that you might recommend?
The biggest thing I would do is I just don't think you should be able to finish in the top 3 2 years in a row. I think there has to be some sort of schmuck insurance for the rest of the league. I'm fine rewarding the one bad season, but when you're just continuously bad, the year that Cleveland, when they won the lottery 3 out of 4 years, I just thought that was a travesty.
Just didn't feel like it.
No, it's just wrong. There's 30 teams in the league, and you have a team that really blows the LeBron James era and just surrounds him with the wrong people and he leaves, and then really can't stay out of its way for the next couple of years, and they just keep getting the number 1 pick. I don't agree with that. I think that's bad. I also thought it was bad that Philly was able to get number 3 and number 1 in back-to-back years, and it's bad that the Celtics were able to get the 3rd pick and then the 1st pick. So that would be the one thing I would do. I don't think you should be able to successfully fail for multiple years.
Here's Miracle Man, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
I'll tell you, it takes fantastic vision and flawless timing to produce an assist like that.
Bill, it's interesting. More than 50 colleges and universities now offers scholarships in esports. I did not know this, and that number is probably only going to go up.
Yeah, and it makes sense too. What's more popular, esports or water polo? No offense to the water polo players, but come on.
These kids love it. They cannot get enough of these games.
No, we should have, every college should have esports.
Jay's checked in for Robertson, and Dallas also making a switch. The mayor is checked in for Miracle Man. Here's Santana. They get it again. T uses the glass to finish the layup. T's got his second basket of the night.
And you just hate to give up those second chances.
Well, you better be more physical on the glass because they wanted that rebound more than them, plain and simple.
Unloads from 13 and off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. The Insanity's got 6. Gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Now it's ended down to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with Rick Carlisle.
He talked to his players, talked about the opportunity to close things out. Even though they've controlled the series, things can turn around in a hurry, and he doesn't want them to forget that. His mind tonight is a winner-take-all situation. Hopes that mindset will rub off on the players. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And Dallas also making a switch. Goose is checked in for Rain Man. Jay the pass to Marshall. Pulls it from the elbow. Here's Tolliver, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. 8 points for him. Dallas leading by 6. Insanity, the pass to the main. Here's Insanity. Here's Santana. Passes it to Goose. Second chance shot. And that one hits back iron.
Well, the struggles from the field continue for this guy. The way it's going, he shouldn't be more than a secondary option for them at this point.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. Goose has got his first 2 points of the night. There's 25 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's the kid. He has 6. 12 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Shot clock at 5. The pass to Insanity. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. It's Dallas. They lead by 4. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And we welcome you back to the Western Conference Finals as we get going again. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
Not at all. Every time they get the ball, they're looking to burn the defense in transition.
Bill, a top advisor for the U.S. High School Athletics and Activities Division, recommended that schools adopt esports programs. What's your take on that?
I'm all in. It's probably my son's only chance to go to college, so I really hope it happens. No, listen, the world changes every decade, and you got to change with it. And the reality is, esports is one of the biggest things we have now. And if you're under 15, you're way more likely to play video games and be good at that than you are to do anything else. So why wouldn't we be able to benefit from that? The whole esports in general, just the audiences they're getting, and as a spectator event, that's been building. So why wouldn't that work for college?
On the court for Dallas here in the second, we've got the kid. T is out there with the mayor. Then there's Insanity, and it's Goose in at the 2 guard. And Jay gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Thinking about how much sports video gaming has changed over the decades, Bill. Can you imagine a 13, 14-year-old Bill Simmons with the 2K product? You would just be all over that, wouldn't you?
You have no idea, Kevin Harlan. I was there for every step of the video game revolution. I had a Intellivision and an Atari. I had Nintendo. I had Super Nintendo. I had all 3 of the first PlayStations.
You played them all the time.
I played entire Madden seasons on the treadmill when I was like in my early 30s. Try playing any video game on the treadmill. Try it. Try not falling off. It's impossible. I've been there every step of the way. I'm pro esports. Basketball, I'm jealous of the people who can play 2K well, because it's just not something I can look at. There's so many buttons and so many things to remember. I'm always so impressed when people just remember all the combinations and stuff. I'm jealous.
Like your son does.
My son plays it.
I know.
But I could have done it. I
know you could.
I want to take 1984 me out of a time machine and just give me this game. I would have unleashed.
Yeah, but 13-year-old Bill Simmons would like what 40-year-old Bill Simmons is.
13-year-old Bill Simmons would be amazed that 48-year-old Bill Simmons was getting paid to do anything. He'd really be excited about that. Just that he wasn't living at home. We would have been fired up.
Just 4 to shoot. Feeds it to Marshall. And they get it. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
Your heads up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
Bill, we know in your writing that you love to incorporate pop culture references. How did that begin with you?
Well, it began because in college, I was dropping them in columns and people were responding. I think pop culture probably mattered more when I was in college in the 80s and 90s because, we didn't have the internet back then. It was harder to connect with people you didn't know. Basically, you had sports and pop culture and politics. Those were the 3 ways. If I'm getting to know you, what are the 3 things we're going to talk about? I didn't want to talk about politics with anybody, so the other 2 things for me were sports, pop culture. I was also an only child in the 70s with only 5 or 6 TV channels, watching Brady Bunch, Partridge Family, Sanford and Son, Jefferson's, Good Times, all that stuff. And, that stuff just soaks into your DNA, and that's it.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout. And Bill, in talking about the connection between pop culture, sports, and basketball during your career, through it all, you've always been a writer, though, haven't you?
Always been a writer. Only that was the only child of me. The thing is, though, I would have watched more basketball, but basketball wasn't on. I try to explain this to people, how lucky they are to be able to watch.
They can't believe these finals were taped away.
Well, but think about the day-to-day, right? Like Magic Johnson. I feel like I saw his whole career, but I really didn't. Like, his first couple of years in LA, I think CBS was only showing like 6 or 7 regular season games.
Sunday afternoon.
In the playoffs, they would bump him off.
Yep.
USA, I think, got the contract in maybe 1982, but for the most part, like, I love George Gervin. I probably saw him play in person twice, and I saw him on TV maybe 10 times, 12 times. And now I could watch Giannis every day. And if Giannis dunks, I could see it on Twitter 5 minutes later, or 5 seconds later. So I think people are lucky. You guys should appreciate how lucky you are out
The
there.
Kitties checked in for Marshall. Rain Man's checked in for Dallas. Bill, 1 shot to win a game. You can pick any player. Who's going to take that shot for you?
Kevin Durant. I think he has the most ways to get a good shot off. I always look at it as, is it a quality shot to get off? So he can post the smaller guy up. He can shoot a 3. He's got the pull-up hezzy jumper, as he calls it. He can go in the lane and pump fake and do a little drop step. And I just think he has the most moves. Some people would say LeBron, but am I getting regular season LeBron or playoff LeBron?
Playoff LeBron.
Playoff LeBron would be my number 1 choice.
He'd be pretty good.
Yeah, he'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Regular season LeBron, I'm not as enthused about.
Dallas leading by 8. Pass to Santana for the 3. Cans it from downtown. The Kids got a pair of triples in the second now for Dallas.
Boy, he's putting pressure on the defense. That's 2 from downtown this period.
Talking about last-second shot instincts, Bill, you mentioned LeBron, KD. What about Curry? Where does Curry rank in that conversation?
Curry's good.
Top 5?
You can guard Curry in those one-on-one situations with the right people. I'm not saying you can stop him, but, you put a taller guy on him. And Curry, to me, Curry is the greatest not in the offense score I've ever seen in my life, where he can get 32 and hit 10 threes and wasn't really involved in the game. Just, you forget about him from one play and all of a sudden he's in the corner and they're setting him up or he's running off the screen. It's a lot, almost like what Reggie Miller and Ray Allen were able to do, where, you run them off screens and you tire the guys out and you kind of hope the defense forgets they're out there. But he's not a conventional get-out-of-my-way guys. I'm going to get to the rim.
Absolutely.
Score like someone like Donovan Mitchell is.
And there's a minute 45 left in the first half. Here's Goose, and the jumper is on the mark. Goose has got 5 points in the quarter. Here's Dallas. They're on a 14-6 run. Passes it to Miracle Man. For Dallas, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. And the first one at the line is good. T's checked in for the kid. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. And the home team has possession. They trail by 11. Bill, what a pleasure to have you with us. Great as always to hear your thoughts, your commentary. I hope you join us again soon.
I'd love it. Anytime, Kevin. Tell me.
Thank you. There is always a spirited discussion when Bill's involved. Not afraid to share his personal views.
Yes, Kevin. He has broken the internet once or twice. This guy is no stranger to controversy. But I will say this. He is passionate about the NBA.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Here's a peek at the 2K leaderboard with the list of the top rebounders in this year's playoffs. Angelo Gaddi, a terrific rebound, 5th overall.
He's dialed up his rebounding here in the postseason. There's something about the big games that bring out the best in him.
And he knocks down the first one. Big Cat is checked in for Jay. He hits both from the stripe.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Here's Big Cat. Does not score again. That's his 4th miss against 1 make. The pass to Rain. And the kid picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. He has been automatic.
Dallas shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. First free throw is good. Both good from the line that time.
I'll tell you, he's coming through for them at the free throw line today. His form has been perfect.
Got a piece of it. Here's Goose. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Tolliver the pass to Goose. A 3-pointer off the mark. Dallas leading by 13. To the paint. Pass to Rain. Down low. Here's T. Uses the glass to finish the layup. T's got 4 points now in the quarter.
I love this approach. Despite the lead, still attacking, adding fuel to the fire.
They are absolutely relentless right now, Greg. There's no end in sight. They are going for it.
And so it's Dallas, riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And hello again. What a showing tonight. A sold-out building is where the action is happening. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Checking out Dallas. They've had the upper hand in this series, and boy, did they look great out there tonight. Completely in control at the half, certainly looking to make it a 4-1 series. How about you, Kenny? What did you think about the visiting team?
In terms of their offensive performance, that was a very well-played half of basketball. Good ball movement off the ball, hard screens being set, and they found the guy for the open look. That's how they were able to shoot such a tremendous percentage from the field. With that fluid, efficient offense, they'll be tough to catch in the second half.
And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team.
Well, they got a ton of issues to work out. Allow way too high percentage to be shot against them. Not really showing any energy on defense. No discipline. Look at their faces, Ernie. Do they even want to be here?
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And we're back here at Game 5 as we get things started once more. A fantastic game from the kid in this one.
I mean, he was prolific in that first half. You know it's coming, but it's just so tough to stop.
And this is what he does, right, Greg? He's out there to score the basketball, and throughout that first half, he dominated.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. T out there with Flash, and it's Big Cat. Then there's Robertson, and it's the kid, and at the point. Now, here's Marshall. Fades. And, yep, finally drops it, rolling around the rim.
You like how he uses his height there.
No, exactly. I mean, you're talking about surveying the defense and cashing in with the gorgeous mid-range.
And the kid picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Passes it to Rain. He's feeling it, and the jumper is good. The kid's got 16.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
I'll tell you, you've got to admire the energy. This guy really wants to put this one away.
Here's the kid. There's the dish to Tolliver. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Dallas leading by 13. They get a hand on it. Robertson with the steal. To the middle. Here's Big Cat. That's good. And Robertson with the assist. Robertson's got 3 assists now in this one.
They wanted a fast start coming out of the break, and they are now 3 for 3.
Here's Insanity. He has 6. And the call will go against Big Cat. That's foul number 2 for him. Just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. 3-pointer. Cans it from downtown. Big Cat's got 5 points now this quarter.
Brilliant second half start. 4 for 4 from the field. Can't ask for any better.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And, you know, it'll be interesting to see what coach draws up here.
Well, they need to stop this run, and a great timeout that hopefully gives his team some energy.
Top scorers during this postseason as shown on the 2K leaderboard. And you look at the kid, second in the league, having an excellent season.
And he's taken off on a tremendous scoring streak at the perfect time. I mean, obviously, he's established himself as a premier playoff performer.
T. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
Boy, what a cold start to the second half for them. Just 1 for 4 from the field so far.
Yep, it goes, and the Dallas lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Big Cat. For Dallas, they've gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker at the break. There's the pass to Santana. Bangs home the trifecta. The kid's got 19 points.
Well, I'll tell you, he's been a go-to guy for them as they've taken this lead, and he keeps coming.
And so Steve Kerr decides to call a timeout.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Yeah, no, not at all. It's a good call, Greg. They need a fresh, new approach here.
Quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. The kid passes to Jay. Inside, here's Marshall. Lays it up and in on a nice reverse. Marshall's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Dallas leading by 7. The insanity the pass to Rain. Another 3 for Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, he's been orchestrating the whole game at a high level.
It's just so great to see ball movement like this, and he is excellent at getting his teammates involved.
It's good. And that's now 11 points for Big Cat.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Here's insanity. 6 points for him. And Jay gets the whistle that time. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Goose, he's checked in for the kid, and then for Dallas. The mayor comes in for Miracle Man, and it's Goose in for Rain Man. Pass to Santana. The 3 doesn't go that time.
Boy, for a capable three-point shooter, that's one he expects to make.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Tolliver the pass to Jay. Here's Big Cat. 6 on the shot clock. That ball. Great assist by Marshall. Big Cat's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Well, what a terrific option he is for them. Really puts a ton of stress on an opponent.
A 3-pointer is right on target.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Jay the pass to Tolliver. 1:56 left to play here in the 3rd. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Dallas leading by 9. Here's the mayor. Drops it in from 14 feet away. The mayor's got his 2nd basket of the game.
It has not been pretty, and you just wonder when they're going to start showing some more fight at that end of the floor. It has to happen at some point.
Here's Big Cat. We've got 1:23 left to play in the 3rd. Kicks to Tolliver. Beyond the arc. Good once again. That makes it 8 for 9 this game.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
For Dallas, they've gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Out left to the wing. Passes it to Insanity. For the 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Here's Big Cat. He's got 13, and the kid picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they retain possession. Here's Marshall. It's good. Marshall's got 6 points in the quarter.
And so far, going for more of an inside presence here in the second half, getting away from the three-point shot.
The Mayor passes to Santana. They get it back. T laid in with a nice touch off the glass. T's got 10 points in the game.
He just punishes you on the backboard. I mean, it's pretty deflating for a team trailing big and still giving up second chance opportunities.
Yeah, I think he senses a team on the ropes, and he's looking to put them away. That killer instinct is shining through once again.
Here's Marshall following the score by Dallas. Shot clock at 2. It's rebounded by Dallas. The kid's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And he's good on the 3 ball.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Knocking down triples repeatedly, the defense starting to look helpless at this point.
And so is Dallas, sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. All around, it's hard to point to any one area where they haven't had the upper hand in this game. We'll return shortly. And let's listen to head. I'll review the game plan with his guys.
Hold your ground. Hold your ground. Your job is just to stay in front of this guy. Don't move on.
I'm preaching strong defense there, GA.
I mean, basic fundamentals. He doesn't want to see anyone on his team get burned on that end.
And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the floor for Dallas, they've got T. Who's out there with Insanity. Then there's the Mayor. And it's Santana in at the 3 spot. To the inside, here's Choi. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
And when you're on the road, this is how you silence the crowd. Tremendous all-around play.
And it's not easy building a lead like this on the road, Greg, but they have been lights out throughout this game. Boy, nice shot. He didn't need the fadeaway to create separation, though. He was wide open.
Dallas calls timeout. Also making some changes. Miracle Man, he's checked in for T. And Rain Man subbed in for the kid. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. He told them, put your foot on their neck. Take it to them. I want to see you guys slow it down out there. Use the clock and stay away from silly fouls. Let's see if they can execute the play, guys.
I'll tell you, it'd be a big help if he could snap out of this cold streak. His shooting has been hurting them.
Knocks down the 3 ball. That's 10 points for Rain Man.
And piling on to that big lead, we know he has the range late on the defensive reaction.
You always got to tee up on the perimeter. When you don't, this is what happens.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
D, he's checked in for Goose. Dallas leading by 16. And there's the pass to Raymond. Off target from three-point range. Gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Robertson, shot's good. Marshall making the play. Marshall's got assist number 7 for him tonight. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Insanity, the pass to Goose. Releases, and another basket for Dallas. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Pass to Big Cat, puts it up from 12. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Boy, he has been cold for a while now.
Yeah, starting to look like it's taking its toll mentally. He doesn't look like himself.
And the kid picks up the foul. That'll be his 3rd foul so far. Passes it to Goose. Here's Choi. And it's Dallas with another. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession.
And this has been a comedy of errors. I mean, you can just add another one to the list.
Now the pass to Raymond. Tipped away. Here's Big Cat to the paint. Here's Tolliver. He's still up. Now he is 9 of 10.
Well, the height advantage in this matchup becomes a big factor when he's in the low box.
To the middle. Here's Big Cat. Yep, that one goes.
He's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Here's Insanity. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Pulls up. Rebound by Marshall. Marshall's got rebound number 5 here tonight. He's off on that one. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Here's Insanity. Pass to Goose. And there's the whistle. That goes on Flash. That's his first foul. A different look for Dallas. T comes in for the man. And it's the kid in for Goose. And so here is Dallas. They lead by 14. And there's the foul. It goes on Cool Hands. That's foul number 2 for him. Puts it up off the inbound. And it's good off the back rim and in. And that's now 30 points for the kid.
Oh, nice screen. Really a poor defensive reaction and the obvious result.
You simply can't give him it. You have to fight through the screen and at least get a hand in the face of the shooter.
You got to like what the kid has done in this game.
Well, I think this is a necessary timeout so they can figure out a way to limit the impact this guy's having from three-point range. They've got to dedicate more resources to their perimeter D.